All right, all
Hello,
right.
Hey,
hello, hello.
everybody. Welcome to the Shut Up and Ride show. Three's a crowd. I am Chantel Williams,
I'm
aka
Cindy.
Hen.
Bobby, and I'm John,
Cindy
aka
Yeah,
John.
we're just talking about life.
It was this who we got over there, Cindy
We're up.
Fenty. She don't never want to say her name.
She said it the same time you were saying John.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Ladies first.
Cindy Fenty.
But
I am.
that's right.
I'm sorry.
How's the weather
I'm
down there? Here's a lot of rain don there.
Not too bad
who you
today. I
talking to?
mean,
It's raining everywhere.
Ain't no rain here right now.
Nah,
it's rainy in Apopka, but not so much. I think it rained a
Up
little
there in
bit.
Ocala, they talked about some severe thunderstorms. And I was like, ooh, good
Oh,
thing I ain't going through there today.
right.
no,
So,
no
Yeah, we
and
had
all
severe
I
about a
thunderstorm.
seen was
15.
red.
Yeah, we had about a 15-minute burst a couple of hours ago,
Okay.
but it flashed on over.
Yesterday we had a lot of
Gotcha.
rain in the evening, but right now we're okay. Sunshine and rainbows.
Hey, I'm over here. Hey, something out there to the live world. I'm here in North Carolina. Who got some hotel points? I'm about 10,000 points too short. I want to get I got use of this hotel is 29,000 points. Well, today, of
Right.
course, they want 39,000. I was like, really?
Wow.
So,
That's because
but
all you black folks in town trying to use it.
huh?
Nothing.
What'd you say? What do you
I
say?
said it's because I said it's because all you colored folks are in town trying to get a room, so you know they always jack the rate up.
Right? Is that what it is?
That's
Nearly.
It's
exactly what it
always
is.
it's always a conspiracy with John, you know.
Hey, yeah, you keep calling it conspiracy. It's reality.
Eh, I didn't say yeah, I can call it a conspiracy. Don't mean it
That's
ain't
what I
true.
said. Do your thing. Do your thing. Everybody's starting to see all these conspiracies they've been calling conspiracies a reality. You
Hey,
know?
well, hey, cause just cause you're paranoid don't mean it ain't true though, right?
Hey, I ain't paranoid. I'm a realist.
I got you.
I see it for what it is.
So what's
Yeah, but
going
you
on in
know,
Carolina?
are we going to extend from? We're going to continue to expound on last week's topic. We had a lot to roll with, So Miss Cindy got part two. Is that correct, Miss Fenty?
That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct.
All right, all right.
Well, first
So
of all,
you
would
gonna
you like
call
to
this?
tell what you're doing in North Carolina? Like, what's going on? You were supposed to be in Florida.
What was that?
What are you doing in North Carolina, woman? You're supposed to be in
Oh,
Florida.
Buffalo Soldiers annual event. Their roundup, and it's about easy 3,000 black and brown, mostly bikers. There are a few other races here as well, but it's a majority of them. I'd say 80% of them are black and brown, and they come here to Concord, North Carolina for the next few days and to bless the economy with a couple of $1 million wherever they
Okay.
go. They already sold out a couple of hotels, and I mean big hotels. So just to see those numbers and just the collectively what they can do economic wise and charitable wise. So I just wanted to show up myself, and the restaurant has been a sponsor when they do it down there in Florida. So to see them up here, their national convention, it was just like, whoa. So had to come get some, had to come get some of this great energy.
Right,
So
right. How long is that convention going on for?
it's going on till Sunday, but I'm gonna take off on Friday. Also tomorrow I'll attend a museum that I've been inducted in. So I'll see it tomorrow here in Charlotte, North Carolina. In fact, at the table
Okay.
there was the curator of the museum, and so he's saying, "You just wait. I can't wait for you to see it." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm here for that as
Awesome.
well.
Awesome.
Okay.
So you gonna be
So
in Charlotte as of
Oh, but just next couple days. I'll be back home on Friday, God willing.
tomorrow. Right.
okay. So I guess we can just run through a couple of these questions really
Okay.
fast, right? Mhm.
Sounds good.
How long we got you, Chantel, for?
I'm finna see what my battery life is right now. Oh, let me plug in.
Got you.
Otherwise, you're gonna have me for 5 minutes. Let me plug in.
Right.
Uh,
So I'll give you guys the first thought here.
mm-hmm.
This first of all, this is part two of our topic last week. We're talking about water and what does the world see? So okay, let's talk about surface versus self. Surface versus self. Are you what
What
you
was that?
do?
Surface
Are
surface
you
versus self.
surface versus self?
Okay.
Surface.
Surface versus
Now, what do you mean by surface?
well,
Huh?
what people really see. The surface. This is your surface.
I
What
see.
do you
I
put
see.
out? Yeah.
Hmm.
So
So, it's truth or superficial? Is that what you're
correct.
saying? Okay.
Absolutely. Yes. But even so, is it really superficial? Because a lot of times, I mean, like I think I'm super cool, but people think otherwise. But
Right.
Yeah.
so surface, what am I communicating, right?
Okay.
Sometimes I guess oh she the way I dress, the way I talk, I might act a little goofy. I don't know, but I just don't
And
think
then
I
versus
think life
yourself.
is serious.
Um,
Oh, what happened there? There we go.
Thank you. Sorry
So I
about that.
believe life is serious, but it's not that serious, right? Whereas I'm not a biatch. I'm not like I think I'm surface level. I think I'm a pretty cool person. So
Mhm.
the question is, are you what you do, your job, your title, your reputation?
Well, part of that, I guess, right? I know I
yeah.
would be layers, many layers. And sometimes I am my job. Sometimes I am not my job. Sometimes being a mother, you often lead on a lot of things and tell and direct. And then there comes a time I just want to follow. So, I think I'm that too, especially in this motorcycle world. There's a leader and all I got to do is follow. And I'm real good at that. Hello?
So he hear
Okay.
you.
So I think a person to be um, good, right? You need to be good at be adaptable, and I think, I don't know how people think of me. I really haven't asked, you know. I do, that is a question. I want to ask somebody who knew me, let's say 30 years ago, what they think of me, and then to see me today and they not really know, but just
Froze up on us.
I think she froze. She froze.
I don't know
Chantel.
why. Okay. Yeah.
There you go. You
So yeah,
froze on
why
us.
would so I think that's probably the person I'd ask. But But I'm thinking what they think of me might be different than what I think of myself. I'm pretty sure,
Right.
Well, how
you
do they
Well,
know.
treat you?
everybody,
Everybody treats me decent. And if someone doesn't treat me decent, I'm not standing there. I'm not sticking around to see. If someone treats me bad, I'm gonna gladly dismiss myself from their presence.
Mhm.
right, right, as you
You
should.
I
know.
agree.
Mm-hmm. I'd be like,
As
oh, they're lost. I'm dipping.
right. But, if that was the case, me, I'm liable to leave with a few choice words, a few choice parting words, and and we could get it, you know. But yeah, Cindy, your surface and yourself should definitely be. I mean, I don't. It's it's like for me personally, it's gonna be the same, because I don't put out no facades. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I mean, I'm 100% unapologetically me. You know, and to a lot of folks,
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Some people it might be a bad thing, but it's me, and I'm satisfied with me. To say the truth. Matter of fact, I had dinner with an old high school buddy of mine, his brother Mike Sadowski, and he seemed to he seems to admire me, and he's an avid Trump supporter.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So we have our differences, but at the same time, you know, he's one of those people that he could be himself, and I could be myself, and we agree to disagree on some things, especially when it comes to that politics. But hey, I'm all I believe as long as you're genuine, everything should be cool. And only time your genuality bothers someone is if they fake. So who's worried about the fakes? Let the fakes be the fakes.
Right.
I don't try to wait to see what somebody think and then give my opinion. You ask my opinion, it is what it is. I don't wait to see what you think and then try to line my opinion up with what you think. You know what I'm saying? That's not real. You know,
Right.
that's definitely so you like you didn't want to talk about false advertisement. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
I
be
believe
frank.
the most important thing is to stay consistent. No? To say
Yeah,
stay
What?
consistent to you. To stay consistent. Like just
yeah,
what's your default personality? Like that person that's consistent. Somebody else, people come, they haven't seen you in a couple of years. Have you changed?
Yeah.
Right.
right.
Everybody should change. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the. I
yeah, we
mean,
all
it.
evolve. We all
Right. You
evolve.
some quicker than others, but certainly if you the same exact person you was 10 years ago, um, I don't know if that's good.
That means you
Right,
didn't learn
Now,
much.
consistency, and when I say being a consistent person, certainly that's good. But to be, um, let's say, nothing new, you didn't grow any, you didn't learn anything. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. You know what
right.
I mean?
Right.
So, in terms of that, that's somebody.
I'm
Who's
gonna
that?
I'm gonna mute myself for a second, guys.
You know, stagnation brings negative issues.
Right,
Just look, even the water. If water just stays still, what happens? Mosquitoes.
right. Got
So
to flow. That's me. That's what we was talking about. Was that last? Maybe I was with Sherry and her girls last night. We was talking about how you have to be fluid. You know,
Yes,
you
sir.
have to be fluid. And that's an old Chinese proverb. Be like water. You know,
I'm sure that started in Africa.
well, whatever. What
I'm messing with
the first time I heard it came out of Bruce,
you.
in a
Bruce Lee.
movie. Yeah, it was in a movie.
I got
He
you.
had told the young man. He told the young man he was teaching at the beginning of I think it was the Enter the Dragon when he had a student at the beginning of the movie, and he was telling them, you gotta be like water,
Conform.
right?
Hmm.
You gotta form to your surroundings, you know.
Yeah.
And ain't too much that can hold water once it's rolling. You can build your dams or whatnot, but eventually the water gonna get through, you
But
know.
also the water conforms to that cup. If it poured in a cup,
Right,
it fits that cup,
exactly.
whatever shape it takes. So I get it.
Right, but
That's
yeah.
good info.
But Cindy, what's your thoughts?
Cindy, he's talking to you. What's your thought? Like she was reading something.
Uh,
Oh,
it's like she's
that's why.
thinking about her thoughts.
Yeah, she taking a call.
Oh, gotcha,
All right. It
gotcha.
must be real important, right?
Right, 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 right,
You
right.
know.
Yeah, that's what she did say she's gonna mute herself. But yeah, but that's just that's kind of that question is
What was that last part?
Sorry about that, guys.
I want to say that question is how do you separate the surface from yourself? Because that's supposed to be you, what you project. So um, I think
So how
people,
can if you can if you say the surface, if you can take it apart, then it ain't you,
right?
right?
Yeah, because it all
Reinvent,
can be
like we
changed.
talked about last week.
Uh,
Ain't nothing
I
wrong
don't.
with getting more more mature. So then it's more layers of you, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
right,
You add
right, but
on
it's
and you
still
take
you
off.
though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I remove the bad things or just the negative things about my personality, I'm getting better.
Or get better.
If I'm absorbing the bullshit that people are bringing at me, I'm not getting better.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is a choice.
Some things are not even warrant a reply sometimes. There's some
No,
things people can say, "Oh, why would you write a reply to it? For what? They'll beat you down with their dumbness
Right,
because some
right,
things are just so silly, so not worth a reply. That's it. And so it,
right,
it's just
right,
sometimes I just go, mm-hmm. People say, "Oh, you keep it real." No, I don't. Sometimes I, that's as real as I got. It's just right, just saying, "Okay, all right," smiling. Now they're perceived by me approval, my approval, or whatever they perceive. I'm not. I'm just trying to. I'm just listening,
right.
and I can do that well. You know,
Well,
some people didn't are not talking to me because they feel they want an answer. They're talking to me because they want to talk. And who am I?
right.
I'm listening.
a wise
Or
So,
talk at you,
listener.
right, or talk at me.
you know.
What whatever it is, I'm listening. I woke up this morning thinking, what is somebody gonna say different that I don't know I never heard before? Let me listen out for it. And a
That
lot of
Right,
times it happens.
it does. Okay. I mean, I'd agree with that. Sometimes,
Huh?
sometimes you encounter people just to hear exactly what you need to hear at the moment.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Because
So let's talk
every now and
about.
again I say something that people ain't never heard, and I go, oh, okay, okay. So,
say surprise yourself, huh?
hey, yeah. But one thing about truth, it doesn't matter who say it. It is true, and so it can sound poetic and brilliant, but it's just truth. Just say
Right,
that term I use often when I say the only one not making mistakes or one's not doing anything. Now,
right,
that's that's not my original thought, but it's a true thought.
Yeah.
So nobody can argue with it because it's the truth. Tell me, the only
yeah,
way you started walking is because you fell down. So that was a mistake.
right,
You started crawling, and the only way you got back up until you finally could do it without falling. But it came from you falling a few
yeah,
times. Yeah.
Got to keep trying. Repetition is the father of learning. You know.
Right.
Falling is learning. It's part of
That's
the
it.
process.
That's it. That's the first thing you learn how to walk.
Yeah.
So, you
So
know.
let's talk about the roles we play and how it affects us with our identity, right? So some of the roles we're parents, spouses, bosses, friends,
Hmm.
helpers, whatever it is that we do. We wear many hats a lot of times and we don't even know, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes you're wearing a hat at the point where why the hell does my phone keep going? Just gosh. Hmm,
What is John doing?
a second. Yeah.
I'm driving.
So here's the question. How much of our identity is shaped by what others need us to be? Need us to be.
I think most of our childhood,
Get that?
because you're,
Most of your childhood or what?
I
Most
think
of our
most of your
childhood.
childhood is brought up in a doctrine of a mindset. And that doctrine you are bound by until you either develop your own or find out some new information. You know, it's a lot of doctrine that people got that is, as adults, you're not going to move it. You know, it's like, give you an example. It was a guy, matter of fact, my cousin. He was brought up that no man should share a golf cart with another man. And I'm like, well, why not? He goes, oh, that's a man. He can't sit next to you. That's like he can't ride a bike or he can't. And I'm going, okay. Now, eh, is there something really bad about it? I don't think there is, but he was like,
Golf
oh
cart.
no, yeah, a golf cart. Him, and
Wow.
another man beside him couldn't. No, no two men need to sit next to each other like that. And I'm like, bro, it's just a golf cart. But no, you don't. And I and this was his cousin,
I can see if he was.
and he
I
was
can
like,
see if he
no,
was trying to sit on your lap. You know, that's
right,
another story. But you sit next to each other. What you talking about, dude? It's a golf cart.
right. But
You know.
you couldn't. It was like he was gonna go to hell if he let that happen.
Right.
Okay,
Well, I mean, the front seat of your car is only like what 8 inches of space.
listen, this it
You know.
don't man. How about him sitting next to you on the couch? What's
What
the
are you talking
difference?
about? Right. Right.
But yet, a golf cart, because
So if the love seat, so if the love seat is the only seat available, somebody gonna have to sit on the floor.
no, I don't think it. But I'm just saying how fixed some people's brains are. They don't go outside that
Right.
box. That doctrine is so doctrine in you that you can't even see beyond that and question someone who said it. You're like, wait, what's wrong with you? And I said, wait, there's something wrong with me because you. Now, I could make a big fuss and give him something, but hear me, he didn't even want to hear it because he might thought I might change his
Right.
mind. He over
Yeah.
loud talked me, no, 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 you. Oh, okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah. That's how
You don't
people
even want to
are
let me
about a
talk.
lot of things.
Yeah, so sometimes
Right.
there are things in people's lives that are that hard. That's what shaped them. That's what shaped them, him. Y-
Right.
And either they gotta find out on their own, or someone gotta introduce something to them that they've not ever. But should you be open to it? Yeah. Or either some trauma gonna affect you that you're open to it,
It's a little bit
you know?
different with people.
And we know trauma shapes a lot of folk. And that's the only way they even learn. And it took the discomfort
Definitely.
for them to learn. Because
Right.
you ain't learning in comfort.
No.
Right.
He ain't never had to have
Yeah, but you know, but people
somebody in his
are.
golf cart because they had a flat tire or they were running away. Nah, he's at a golf cart because he's been chilling on the beach.
Right.
So, you know, always been comfort.
Yeah. So you one of
So the
those that
question:
trust fund baby?
how much of your
What'd you
identity?
say?
I say,
What's that? He?
I say, well, I'm a trust fund baby where everybody had their own golf cart, him and all his
Well,
buddies.
no, he ain't no trust fund, but he, he got things. He ain't struggled ever.
Right,
You know, or maybe
right,
by choice. He knew at the end of this, he could see the storm coming and when it was gonna pass. So
right,
he could just say, "Oh, just hold on, hold on." You know,
right. Well, that's what we all
which
got to do,
ain't
whether
nothing
we
wrong
see
with
it
that
coming or
either,
not.
though,
Right.
huh?
That's the back of. Oh, I say that's what we all got to do, whether we see the storm coming or not. Just got to hold on. You
Well,
know,
a lot of folks don't hold on though, and the only reason
just
some people hold on because they can see the end. Some ain't
right,
holding on if they can't see the end. They'll
right.
quit, give up.
Yeah, and be right at that goal they need. You
Right.
know, all you got to do is try one more again.
Well, that's the
Mess
Yeah,
thing.
but
around,
A
some
have
lot of
that
people.
people
breakthrough.
they want the
What'd you
easy
say,
way.
Cindy?
They want the easy way out. They want the easy way
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Not trying to
What's
learn nothing. Oh,
Yeah?
that's
What's
too
the
hard.
quickest and easiest way out? And
Right.
sometimes a lot of things is not. It's not easy. You got to go through the process,
Yeah,
and through the process is where you learn some lessons. What's so hard about that?
If
Just
it
do
was
it.
easy, everybody be doing it, baby.
Well, you know what though?
Everybody.
Practice. It's a mindset. It's
Yeah,
between hard and easy. It's a mindset. Because you
yeah.
did how many states you drove?
48.
All right. Was that hard or easy?
At first, it was easy to say it. Easy to say it, and and I thought it was going to be easy to do until I got out there, and I was like, oh.
right,
I,
right.
and I remember day 7, I did 20 states, and I remember asking Facebook at the time, hey, what do you think? I should go home? And they said, yeah, you've done great. And I was just about to, until
Uh,
God was like, hey,
right.
how about
What was
Bessie?
the goal?
Bessie
What
didn't
was
give
the
up
goal you
like
set
that.
out to do? Right. If your goal was
So,
to do 48, do 48. And those that wanted you to quit at 20, they didn't want to see you do
I remember.
48. You know.
and I would, and listen, I couldn't live with
I
it
remember.
myself and I got ready to go home. And
Right.
is it just like it felt like God tapped me on through my helmet, hitting me on my head,
Right.
like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what you
I
doing?"
mean, you didn't. You done did 20. You know what I'm saying? You turn around. You might not necessarily got to ride back through them 20, but it's like you riding back through them 20 because you done wasted your. You know what I'm saying? And you done wasted. I wouldn't say waste your time, but it'll be a waste of time because you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You didn't complete your goal. You know, your goal was 48. You know, and
Yeah,
now you're halfway
but
through it. Why
but
not
God,
continue? You know.
hey, I was talking to God like, "Hey, God, you ain't tell me it was gonna be this hard though, but I did a lot already, God, and
Yeah.
and I ain't hear nothing back."
Right.
I remember
Right. Right.
those videos. You was in tears in them videos. Okay, you
It's a
broke my
bad
heart
trip.
when I saw that video.
It wasn't a
You
bad trip.
probably like too far to turn back, and it had a lot of ways to go
Yeah,
still.
I,
I just can't imagine. But you programmed your mind to do it, didn't you? You told yourself you're gonna do it, and you
yeah,
did it.
yeah.
So why shouldn't that
Well,
rule
that's why we
with
need inspirations too, people that came
Yeah.
before us. And to put it
Right.
simple, if there's nothing new under the sun, then there was a solution for every problem that came before us. So keep searching for the solution. There's one.
Right.
I mean, like I didn't say that, but I hear all the time nothing's new under the sun. So search for the solution. Don't quit. Talk to somebody, ask some questions, look it up, research, whichever. Figure it out.
Right.
we all experience the same things. It's just the colors of the walls are different.
What was that last part? We what?
Okay, we all experience same things in life. It's just the walls are a different color. The walls are a different color. At some point in your lifespan,
Mm-hmm.
we all experience similar
Yep.
things. Okay? Because a lot of times when in conversation, don't you hear people say, "Oh yeah, I did that one time," or "That happened to me one time," and you think
Where
that's
we going?
The sound is distorted.
We going?
me.
All right. Sound good. Oh yeah. I can
Are
talk.
we sounding?
Okay. Sound perfect. I was like, don't have me. You relieved. So if for any reason, no, you did a good job. Yeah. Look, I ain't worried about never calling back in the front. Fine.
Do I sound distorted?
Sound look clear now. Maybe those. Yeah, maybe
John,
that
can
was
you
them
hear me
folks
okay?
Chantel was talking to.
Yeah, I just muted her for a
Right.
second. So,
Jesus. She having a debate on who's gonna be in front. Oh, she's ready to come back.
who gonna be in front?
Chantel, that's what she was talking about. Whoever she was talking to. Yeah. But what you got next on deck, Miss Cindy? Hello, Annie, are you okay?
Well, she on the phone, so you can talk if you want. What you been doing up there in Chicago?
Well, you know,
I ain't got a portable one.
we just
I
finally
just
got my
got.
brother's.
Okay, the question was, yeah, y'all see like work shit.
Say what?
The only time I get a break is when I get out of Dodge. The only time I get a break is when I get out
Is
of
that
Dodge.
right?
Yeah, man. All right. So what's next on here? Let's see. Hmm. I don't know. Would you know? Would you? This question is kind of weird, but when you say essence, someone's essence, what does that mean for you?
Your essence, to me, is like your blueprint. Like when I say I gotta, draw for my essence, that's my parents and what I was, what I'm saying, what was instilled in me. You know, to me, that's your essence, like your beginnings. Do you got the weapons?
So like your
Huh?
qualities,
It could be,
your nature.
yeah, it could be all of that. It
Would
could
you
be
say
all
that's
of that. Whatever was poured into you. Your learning tree, so to speak. Your home base, your foundation. You know,
okay?
what's the Webster's definition of essence? You check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, indispensable, indispensable quality of something, especially something abstract,
All right, now
and
you can
that
hear me.
determines character. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. What determines character?
Essence. So your nature. Uh, let's see. The core.
Ethics,
What are the core values? Yeah, some number of things that put
integrity.
together your personality, character.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What you do when
Um,
nobody's looking is who you are.
right. Principles.
Come
That's
on,
right.
bring it over here,
Principles.
cracker. Idiot ass son, bitch.
Hmm?
Don't trip.
Hey, hey,
Hey. Hello. Hey, wrong
My
place.
look,
bad.
We gonna mute your ass. We
Look
gonna
at
mute.
what you just say. You gonna mute my what?
I'll mute your ass.
we hey, we can't be hypocritical around here now.
Hmm. Warn me next time,
Okay.
please.
Well, I'm out here in the land of idiots trying to
Um,
drive, and they're straight idiots. Worse than them idiots down there in the Sunshine State.
Yeah, but when we're live, John, you got to try to curb it. Because
I
it don't help
understand.
us look good
I
either.
understand.
And
Right.
we're
I
guilty by
understand.
no.
association.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can blame it on me. I'm cool with that.
Uh, no, I'm not. It ain't. I want you. I want to be around people who trying to be better. If you ain't even trying to be better, come on now. And
Okay.
we supposed to hold each other accountable, just like I want you to hold me. I ain't got no problem with that.
And me.
Yeah.
Mute next time. Thank you. Ciao.
Do what you got to do, sweet.
You gotta warn me next time. Or I don't know. You got a mute button too, dude. You got a
True.
mute button too.
Let's carry on.
All right.
Moving on.
So carry on. All right. So why I asked about essence is because the question says, um, do we confuse our roles with our essence?
Control
Do we
our
confuse
roles
our
with
roles with our essence? It depends
Please
on
elaborate on the
what you got
question.
going on. Right. What you got? What you mean? What roles?
Yeah, I think well, the roles of I mean the many roles we play. We and I would say sometimes I would be in realtor property management role and I also got to be a mother at the same time. Somebody calling me now. We switch our hats so many times.
Right.
And I would say to this question, do we confuse our role? You can't confuse your roles with your essence if you're consistent in who you are. I mean,
Hey,
I'm
hey,
not
I
gonna
need
treat
air in my back tire. Air.
Well, your role, as if, let's say, you and your realty, that's something that you grew to learn. You know what I mean? Realty wasn't your essence. You know what I'm saying? You didn't, you wasn't raised on realty sales and management
correct,
and all of that.
correct.
So that's a skill you learn. So
It, it's a skill, but it's one of my roles, right? Okay,
right. So you
it's one of
take on
my
a
roles.
role as a realtor. So when you're taking on a role as a realtor, now you mean do you bring your personality that you grew into and part of your foundation of interacting and socializing? Yes. You know what I'm saying? That falls into it, but you know that's a skill that you learn. Everybody ain't got the skill to be a realtor, or to sell property. Sales to do it. I just think your essence and your role, your essence is gonna always play a part of your life, and no matter what role you're taking on, you know what I mean. But if you're talking in profession, especially being a parent, that's something you got to learn. It's an ongoing process. That's why a lot of people say your parents treat their kids better, treat their grandkids better than they did them. They just grew and they learned, and basically they do that because they see you. So they get another chance to see you grow without having to deal with you the way they had to deal with you. You know what I mean? So they can spoil the grandkids a little more and send them back to you. Does that make sense? Or does y'all still got me muted? Hello? Hello? So, Sandy, all right, sweetie, you have a safe trip. I'll let when you get back. All right. Yes, ma'am. Holler at me. All right. Be good. Have a safe trip.
Yo, I'm gonna like leave my phone in the other room next time. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Did y'all hear anything I was saying?
no,
I heard part of what you were saying.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh well.
Can you repeat it, John, please?
No, I actually forgot what I was saying. Tell you the truth.
And I
Oh, I
believe it
was
was
saying no, no. What I was saying was that your that the role like in sales or realty sales or being a parent or whatever, it's it's an ongoing adaptation. It
mhm,
doesn't necessarily mean it's your essence. I mean, your essence always play a role in your growth. You know what I mean? But to say your essence and your role
to
would
get
be the
confused between
same. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same, but your role is your role. So like you said, when you change hats, you put on your mother hat, you're not still acting as a realtor, or as a singer, or as a designer. You know what I mean? You're in the role of a mother, but still that essence, that you was taught, as in your caring nature, it all plays a part in that. And I was asking, did what I say make sense? I said something a little different than that, but it was along that line.
Are you saying that because she's a mother, it helps her in her other roles, her patience that she has with other folk, it came from her being a mother that she's able to have that quality of discernment. Are you saying, is that what
Right.
you're saying? Okay,
Something
yeah,
to that
yeah.
effect, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot of our
You
roles are
know,
intertwined.
they are. I believe
right.
so. Sometimes
And
wearing my
what,
boss hat, I have to switch and yeah, use some of my motherly qualities. Sometimes I have to use my boss qualities with my children.
yeah.
So, so they do the
It's
role switch.
mandatory.
They do switch. And the bottom
Right.
line is the foundation is who you are. Like who are you? Who are you to the core? That should
Right.
always be consistent. Integrity. Be honest. Be
Yeah.
fair. Take accountability for
Treat
your
like you want to be
Real.
treated.
those
Right.
things. Exactly. The golden rule. Bottom line.
Just try to be real in everything you do,
Yeah,
Bottom
right.
line. So
And
you
and
guys
how you can a good way you can check yourself and being that real is to ask yourself the things that you may tell somebody else. See, question yourself. How would you act if somebody said that to you? And sometimes
Right.
I find myself getting mad at myself. I'd be like, oh wait, if somebody said that to me, I'd be mad. And I'd be like, well, wait a minute, is that true? Okay, well
Was
shit,
it not?
either you
Right.
got it,
Right.
you can't say it, or either you gotta take it if it's the truth. Either one. Or not, like I said, or not say it.
hmm,
So I've cut down some of my talking how I say because I might can't handle it. And I'm like, well yeah, because I might not handle it even though I'm trying to straighten somebody else out. I'll be like, well, wait a minute. I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me, so let me just shut up. You gotta give me another way to if it affects me. But right now it don't affect me, so let me just shut up.
do you feel like when you were younger that you were allowed to well, I shouldn't say allowed, but some parentings, we all had different parents, right? And I guess family and friends around us. Did you always feel like you were being yourself, or were you trying to be accepted?
As a
Depending on
parent or
where
as
I
a
was
child?
around. I
Go ahead, Chantel.
You said as a parent or a child?
No, no, no. In our childhood ages and stages, right? Do you feel like as you were growing up, did you feel like in certain places you were yourself, or did you feel like you had to adapt to your environment? Something like that. The question was.
I had to conform to whatever they wanted me to be. In fact, I want to say maybe in the last 10 years, have I been more authentic self than I've ever been. And there are times that I find that I can't be all of who I am today. That I have to not water it down, but just kind of remain in order to give myself peace. Because my presence sometimes is too much. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I can.
So yeah. So for not to act untrue to who I am, I just gotta remain still and nod my head and try to make the best of the situation
Yeah.
and realize there's something in it for me. And that's the only reason I'm remaining. Because there's something in it for me. Whether it's a paid gig or something I like to do, or I'm there because I'm in support of somebody else. I face around these people because somebody's here that I'm supporting. And I just, again, just remain kind of still. Because if I was to be who I am, it would it wouldn't be it would be too much, So I just keep it kind of uh, still.
You ever been around somebody so much that you start talking like them, and then you go around people and you're like, "Why are you talking like that?"
Yeah. When I get around somebody who who I have to explain a lot to, that they don't go outside their circle much. So I find myself having to explain things over and over. So then when I get around my regular people, they go, "Why are you explaining that? Who you been around?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right."
I had to check my daughter on that the other day. I was just like, "Hmm, which one of your friends that you talk to that talk like that? Because that's not how you talk. Find yourself."
With a newborn
Yeah, what you
baby,
taking up?
if a mom with a newborn,
Oh, say it again.
did you hear me say a mom with a newborn baby or a mom with a lot of toddlers at home? She's not saying she's, she's so used to being around her kids. When she get to have a one night she's had in 6 months with her girlfriends.
Hmm.
I can't hear
She's on the move.
So
She's on the move.
her.
okay, how about now? Can you hear me now? I moved it
No,
around.
no.
I said like a mom who's been
We heard
training
you
with
say
their
something about a
toddlers.
newborn baby, and
Uh,
hmm
I was just saying a
we can
mom
hear you.
who's been around her children or dad, and when they're so used to saying potty that when they get around adults, they're still saying potty.
Right, right. Yeah, I've heard that many times.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, people
Let's
do
see.
tend to so you do tend to pick up some behaviors depending on how long you've been around the person, especially if you're, for women, from I see a lot when they're in a relationship with a guy, you know what I mean? They tend to take on his lingo or whatever. I don't see too much as men conforming into the ways of their women. You know what I'm saying? Or they lingo, but they'll adjust to the way they carry themselves, of course, when they're around their ladies. But as far as speaking her lingo and whatnot, I haven't witnessed that. I must say.
Yeah, John, that's very true. Listen, when you just thought about it, my first husband, my children today have to act a certain way around him, and in order for him to be them to talk, they can't let him know that they're talking to me or that they love and like me. Otherwise, they won't be able to talk to their father, which is so crazy. But that's the yeah. So
Well,
my kids are now, a couple of them
Controlling.
don't want to talk to him anymore because he's got these conditions.
right.
He's got conditions
I,
with his love, and they're like, hey, I
yeah, I
don't do
understand what
that.
you right. I understand what you're saying, but no, I wasn't talking about it in that way.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about it as if let's say it's kind of hard to explain, I guess. A person's like thought patterns, you know what I'm saying? And like I had a couple of friends, we wasn't in an intimate relationship, but we was very close friends, and we hung out a lot to the point where we was completing each other's sentences. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Some take place like, yeah, I know what you're thinking. You know, that type of thing. And I see more. I've seen more women conform to that adjustment with the guys as opposed to guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, she's. You know what I'm saying? You know how women like to like to speak on other women and the way they look and dress and walk and talk and whatnot. You know, most men don't do that to other men, but you got your fellas out here that would do that. So you got to question. What is that cat really about? That he's sitting back judging on another man's, wear or whatever his shoes. Like women are talking about other women's shoes and whatnot. You know, or their nail. Where their nails aren't painted right or whatever. Always
Oh,
critiquing each other.
you're saying criticizing him in the bad way or in a good way? Because I know I do it all the
Both,
time in good ways. Yeah.
both. Both.
But I hear men do that too, and I don't think it makes them. Now the gossip is not cool. Just say, oh, that looked nice when you got on. You put that together nice. Yeah, that's real
Right,
nice.
right, right,
And
right,
I
right.
think
So
men and
you'll
women
see,
can do that.
uh, you'll hear that more often than a dude say, "Oh man, them the wrong shoes with that." Blah 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 blah. Just to be critical. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And
Oh, some gossipers. Yeah, them
right,
gossipers. If
or,
they are
or
gossipers, nothing's the limit. They'll talk about any and everybody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like a feminine trait. To me. Like, oh
Not
man, you see that
really.
sweater that
I
guy
don't think
had.
that's. I don't
You
think
see
it's
that.
effeminate. I think it's the way that somebody sit there and just talk about each other. whether it's male or female. I don't think it's necessarily. I know it's stereotypical. That's what they say, but as a woman, I've not ever done that. You know what I mean? But now, have I seen grown girls and boys do it? That's because who they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I see them gossip with women and men, meaning boys and girls, but not true women and not true men. I don't see it. But when I see it, it comes from somebody that, yeah, them grown girls and boys that ain't grew up yet. They got the most to say about everything and everybody, but
Right.
ain't paying no attention to what they do.
Right. Right. I was about to say, and at the same time, ain't got much going on themselves.
Right, right.
You know.
You know, and I try to be silent when they start talking, because then that means, look, they talk about my behind too.
Right. Yeah, that's how
I
it
used to
goes.
do hair.
So that's
Yeah.
definitely like the therapist couch.
Hey, and I did hair at the barber shop and at the hair salon. And
Yeah.
and boys and girls talk just as much stuff girls and boys talk about.
Right. Right. Yeah, I was about to say, whether it's the barber chair or the beautician chair, it's like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying, you're a counselor. You know, it's like you're a
right,
counselor. Everybody come in and start talking about issues, whether it's issues of the world or personal issues. You know, they're gonna talk about something. You know, and a lot of times
right.
they expect you to have a little advice for them, but most of the time they
Yeah,
just, just vent. You know,
yeah.
just vent.
I tell you one thing, that barber chair and me doing hair, I've learned a lot more in listening than I have by doing, because I'm a woman. I've not ever been unfaithful because of the stuff that I would hear in the barber or at the hair salon about basically them not being satisfied after they done, slept with this person or intimate with this person. They all got regret.
Yeah, yeah,
And I heard it, from the saddest to the it happened to be great, and then they suffered. And I've seen a lot
right,
of them go through the suffering silently or sometime out loud.
yeah. But
So
that's because of the deception. And 9 out of 10 times, you out there call yourself this, deceiving your mate. You pretty much deceiving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get that spirit injected in you, you know what I mean? Or you know, it's like I'm assuming now. It's just unfulfilling. You know. And then you got to turn around, and if you get caught, now you got to face the piper. And the piper sometimes ain't playing a good tune. You know.
But where does that stem from, where people are just not satisfied with who God sent for them? Or, I mean, unless if, they beating your ass every day and, dragging you across the floor and all that shit.
Mute yourself.
Who, me? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you. It's all good. It's
yeah,
I
all good.
deserve that.
Go ahead, Cindy. My bag. I shouldn't have blurted it out like that.
And,
Go ahead.
anyway, what I was saying,
What was you gonna say?
self-satisfaction. People are not satisfied with who they are.
Uh-huh.
People are not satisfied with who they are, and they either want to be somebody else's life, want to live somebody else's life. They're just not happy with who they are. So you got a beautiful family at home, and You go out there and see all those shiny things, and you go after that. You really love your wife in the first place.
You love the idea of family, but you ain't really dedicated to family. If you all for show, you know.
Right. So while we're talking about that, I feel that topic has something to do with ego. Would you say so? Do with ego.
Oh, it's got everything to do
Um,
with ego.
so ego
Yeah,
first,
yeah, everything.
ego, ego can sometimes
Eagle
be the
what?
death of a man. Sorry to say. Ego.
Man and
Yeah.
woman,
Ego
man,
ruins a
man and
lot.
woman, because
Ego, yeah.
ego is
Well, when I say man,
non-sexual.
human,
It, oh, human.
human,
Okay, yeah,
human.
yeah. Because the ego can run you, and especially if you can't control it. And your ego is all drawn by emotions. Period. If
Well,
you can't
also,
make a reasonable decision without your emotions, then you're an egotistical person.
hmm,
You know, because it got everything to do with how you feel. And you don't have to have reason to feel how you feel. It's just you feel it.
I think
And
Right.
you
ego is led,
react off that feel.
ego is led by status and just self identity, who they think they are. So I have a statement here. Ego says, I am what I own, control, fear, defend. I mean, like, what drives your ego?
Your emotions. Say, you know how somebody go, oh, if they thought something, they react. And it's all based on their thought, not necessarily reasoning. It's based on their way they felt, the way they thought, how people thought they thought, not because it had some true black and white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If someone says, your ego, okay, let's say you got a piece of paper that says you're a doctor. So you feel like because you're a doctor, you deserve something, right?
Well, because you're a doctor, you can disrespect people and they need to take it. Some people
Right.
are in their
It's what they
ego because of
feel,
their titles.
right? Because
Just
they think since they
disrespect,
got this, they can do certain things. What? Who told you that? That's how
well,
they
the
feel.
amount of school they did, the amount of school they went to. They got 10 degrees or whatever it is, and they treat everyone like,
But the degree didn't say that that's what they can do.
it's
You
in the
can.
mind.
They
It's
say
in
you
the
can write a
mind.
prescript. Right. Right. What they feel. Right.
Ego's in the
You're
head.
like,
It's not real.
exactly. Well, but you do need your ego in the sense of, say, competitiveness. You know, there's some cockiness when you got a healthy competition. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but if it, I think it can be misplaced, and then it does you a disservice. But it was some of my ego that got me to do my say 48 states or the slow road. It was my ego that got me the courage to, like, you know what, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Ooh, I can do it. And if I lost, I'll sit there and boo-hoo cry. But that's all my little ego, right? I'm hurt. But after a while, I get over it. I still gotta have a good sportsmanship. Don't be so unreasonable where I want to go shoot somebody because now I'm mad and I'm hurt.
I think the ego says what I am, and the soul says who I am.
Well, the ego wants both of them, who and what. But if you go for what's right, you don't have to worry about a who. If you're doing what's right, it ain't a who involved. And let's do what's right. I think that's very egoless. That's less ego if you're doing what's right. If you're doing who right, that's ego.
All right. So
You think the ego wants to know who versus what? I don't think ego want to know what's right. I think they want to know
no,
I'm
the
right. I'm
the
right.
ego says I'm in control.
I,
I
I,
yes, me. That's the ego.
yes, yes.
And the soul is supposed to be a core of who you are. That should
Uh,
never change, right?
or what's right? Or what's the right thing? What's the righteous thing?
Integrity.
What's right? What do I do? What should we do here? What's right?
Your
Not
core
who right.
beliefs. What are your core beliefs? What did
Yeah.
you learn? What your mama teach you when you grew up?
Not all what my mother taught me is right. You hear me?
That
Not
is
all
true.
my mother taught. In fact, she taught me what she knew, but come to find out, some of the things she knew wasn't right. So
I
I
think that's
changed
for
that
all our
up.
parents. It's probably for all our parents. You want to chime in on
And
that,
so that's
John?
why, well, that's
John,
why we got to find out what's right.
I'm listening to you, ladies. I your ego, like you said, people with what they would say is a large ego is 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 mostly based off of uh, having a personality trait that you can do no wrong. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's hard to deal with a person with the ego unless you know how to snap them into reality. And that's even hard even when you think you know. But an egotistical individual, to me, has always been an easy person to just, because when you hit a brick wall, and it's like our coaches used to say in basketball, every time, when you make too many turnovers, our coach used to have you throwing the basketball at the wall. You know what I mean? Like you try to, let's see if you can get that ball to go through that wall. Since you're trying to pass through somebody's body, let's see if you can really make that happen. And you can't make it happen. That's what happens when you're talking to an egotistical person. Is they're trying to reason with them. There's really no reasoning with them. So you move on. You got to move on. You'll give yourself all types of headaches and anxieties. And especially if it's someone that you love and care about. That's when you exercise that loving from a distance. You know, and is it time lost or is it time managed? That's the
hmm,
question. You know, but for me, I would say it's time managed because I can't continue to keep arguing with you. Over something that I know you're wrong about, but you want to insist that you're right about because you can't give up the fact or you can't wrap your head around the fact that you're wrong. You know, and it's like that. That's human nature. And unfortunately, it affects a lot of folks in a lot of ways. But at the same time, you got to tell yourself, hey man, you got to you got to make the decision for yourself what you want to deal with, who you want to deal with, and how you're going to deal with them. You know, and egos and whatnot like that. I don't care to dress off to,
and
because it's a
ego just
facade.
simply
It's
means
all a facade. You know, I like to deal with genuineness. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. You can admit you're wrong. You can apologize for being wrong. Or if you can't do that, then are you really a person of growth? or maturity.
So ego is really a person's sense of their self-worth, right?
Yeah, or their so-called intelligence. You know,
I don't know if it has
a
anything to
little
do with
both.
intelligence.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Most folks with a that are egotistical think they're more intelligent than the rest of the world, but and they can do no wrong. They can say no wrong or speak no wrong. You know, and
They
they're
might be.
unwilling, even if you show them that they're wrong. You know, they're still unwilling to yeah, that's not an egotistical person. I don't know what
We're
it is.
going to the museum where
Hey, Cobbin.
Maybe they
we're going to a museum that I'm in, so I want to give you
Jimmy said,
guys where
Go
in
ahead.
this museum. It's called the Harvey Grant Center. So I want to walk you guys in. I'm gonna mute mine.
I'll mute you. You're good right now.
so go ahead, Cindy. You was going to elaborate on some things.
Um, I like to make sure that we're on the right track with what we're discussing. And there's a lot of synonyms for the word ego. You know, alter ego, ego trip, egotistical,
Yeah,
egotism, super ego.
yeah,
But basically, it's a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. That's basically it.
yeah,
What you think of yourself is what you are. Now, that has nothing to do with how you treat people with your ego, because I could have an ego and say, yeah, I'm all that, and people, I have a big ego and whatever it is, but how do I treat people? Does that mean I qualify to be an asshole? Mute.
yeah. Well, that's that's your humanity, and how you treat folks, and like I said, what I was saying, sometimes people ego get in the way to where they talk and treat people in a way that because they feel they're either superior to these folks, they got a little more knowledge in certain areas than these folks, but then that intelligent, by the fact the way you treat folks, and for two, that you, like I say, when you was in the way, you can't admit when you're wrong, and so you just refuse to admit and acknowledge that you're wrong. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's a lot that goes.
Ego.
It's a lot to be
Hmm.
said about that.
That sounds like a
You
super ego.
I
Uh,
can't hear you, Cindy.
People that don't. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Are you not hearing me,
No, you're breaking up.
John?
You're still breaking up. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Hello.
now you can.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
there he went. There he went. We still got Chantel Williams. Uh-oh. There they all went. Ay, ay, ay.
What time is it?
We got a lot going on here. Hold on. John, where are you? John? John, say something. Oh, wait.
Hear me there?
There you are. Ole.
All right, can
You're,
you hear me now?
you're back. Yes. Yes.
All right. Now, what were you saying? This is I think we have a lot of. I don't like the audio on this show here. I think and we're live, aren't we? Yeah, we
Yes, we
are.
are. We
Yeah,
are.
I think it's pretty bad. So
I mean, I can hear you. I can hear everyone well. Am I echoing?
now you are.
I don't know why.
Now you sound normal. Are you twisting
And
a knob or something? Are you trying to adjust the knob?
I'm not adjusting anything. It sounds like wind noise.
Uh,
How about that?
you sound good now.
Sound fine? Okay. I don't know. Don't know what happened there. Well, you know what I'm gonna do this evening, right? I'm
What's
going
that?
to
You going
inner
to the
space.
gym?
I'm going to inner space. No, I missed the gym.
Uh, oh, you going to the one
That's
spot?
you.
You
That's
go to
you,
the gym
John.
station.
John, that's you.
Huh?
I'm gonna prove that's
Me
you.
doing what? The echo is me?
See, it was John. It's not me. It was
How
you.
do I sound now?
I don't know. There's
It was
something you
me.
might be rubbing on your phone microphone.
Oh, I don't know. I'm holding my phone in my hand.
Okay,
How's that?
sounds good. Sounds fine.
Does it?
I was hearing like a wind
But then
noise before.
I'm about to lose power.
Let
But Chantel, can you give us some information on that museum? She's that or
me
what we
see.
got going
Hey,
on?
Chantel Williams.
Yes.
Yeah, she heard us. All right. Tell us where you are, the museum, and what it's. Tell us.
We are behind bars, which is an exhibit. The gentleman that created this was the same guy who created the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. And this is where we are. You can see this is part of the collection with the blacks behind bars, meaning motorcycle and the handlebars. And I'm going to show you exhibits that I am in that I'm looking forward to seeing. I don't know if I ain't seen it yet, but I was told about this, and this man who just walked in front of me is the is the photographer and mastermind of this exhibit. So we are going to see it. This is
Yay!
some of
We're kind of like echoing a little bit, but it's fine.
look at there. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
It looks very 3D.
We're walking up to the other part of the exhibition upstairs. Oh, 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 oh. Wow. Look at him. I know him. I got all excited.
Oh, is this you?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Man, you just like full right there. Look at you. I love it. Love. You
Closer.
caught me on my good side.
The sound is distorted. Or is it just on my end?
There she is. There she is. I don't know why we're like
Oh, okay. Nice.
echoing. Chantal, show us the pictures. Chantal, show us the pictures. I don't know what she is. She's talking. But anyway, where are you, John? Did you pick up your friend? Where are you, John? Did you pick up your friend?
I already dropped her off. That's what I was doing. I was driving to the airport. I'm back in this little suburb I'm in. But yeah, I don't know. It's the day seemed kind of odd,
Odd like how?
you know.
Like how? Like
Huh?
what do you mean? I mean, I kind of agree, but I just want your perspective on it first. Kind of agree, but I just want your perspective on it first.
It's just I don't know. It's like it's so surreal, kind of. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I don't know. Maybe it's because we finally got the memorial and everything in order, with as far as the place and time for my brother. It's gonna be up here on the 25th, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around a few things. My sister-in-law wanted to know if the brothers and sisters wanted to write something to go into the
Mm-hmm.
obituary. So now I'm gonna have to clear my head space for that, to see if I could come up with something, you know, because I'm more of a speaker than a writer. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I kind of like speaking off my head and from the heart. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That tends to come a little easier for me, to express myself verbally. But I guess I come up with something, but I got to do it quickly within the next couple of days.
When is
I
the
think.
service?
Yeah.
When is the service?
Next Friday, the 25th. Yeah. So then I'm thinking about when we're gonna drive back. I'm thinking we'll probably leave out Saturday night. That way we'll probably get back there Sunday afternoon. Because I really wanted to try to attend a little shindig. Um, because the all white party is on the 27th, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, it just don't feel today. Just don't feel right. You
What did you
know,
eat, John?
just don't feel right.
What did you eat, John?
I made myself a turkey burger. That was the only thing I ate. And I was just sitting there thinking about it. That's why I'm outside this Walmart thinking about, do I want to go grab me one of them Herretos drinks to heat up this lasagna I had for dinner
A
the other
what?
night. You know, I had quite a bit of it left. This lasagna, me and my buddy Mike, we met at this one place, and they give you this huge portion of lasagna. But by the time I had the stuffed mushrooms and a crab cake, I didn't have much room for my
John,
lasagna. So
you know what you're saying to me?
right?
And what you
Huh?
drinking over there? I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you why you feeling
What?
strange. Where's the cup that you were drinking out just now? What was in there? Diet soda. Where's the cup that you were drinking out just now? What was in there? Diet soda.
This cup
Yes.
that I'm
Yes, that
drinking
cup
out of
right there. That
is
that's
water.
water. Yes. What was in it before water? Water? Water?
It's water.
Water all day. Water.
No water. I got some ice. I when I bought me a frosty. You saw me eating a frosty earlier from Wendy's, and I got a cup of ice to put water in. So that's
John,
water I'm drinking.
you just told me all the reasons why. John,
Yes.
you just told me all the reasons kind of not feeling good. you're kind of not feeling good.
Burger,
Really? Why you say that?
Nutrition. Burger. Did you eat? You ate lasagna
Huh?
too? The lasagna was the other day.
You ate lasagna too?
No, I haven't eaten it yet. I haven't had it yet. I was gonna go warm it up. I was gonna go heat it up. Why you don't think I should eat it?
Cholesterol. I heard cholesterol, more cholesterol,
I heard cholesterol
and sugar. What I heard.
and sugar.
Yeah, really.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Oh, with the
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a
Yeah.
big one?
And the turkey burger?
Well,
Was it a big
I mean, it's turkey. Turkey does have
I mean, the turkey
and
does have
calories,
and
but
calories.
Then what do I eat,
But-
Cindy?
you gotta stick a salad
What
in
should
there
I eat?
sometime.
I
You
mean,
gotta stick a salad in there sometime.
yeah, I guess. I just hate to go to a place and pay for a salad. You know, I don't trust out of the house salads. I trust a homemade salad, you know?
I mean, there's some places that have good.
And then again, it's like they'll charge you $20 for a salad.
Not
and,
that you get the fried
and
salad.
I ain't got it like that. You know, I've been out here. I've been out here much longer than I had anticipated. I was only been here for like 10 days. You know, and it turned into a whole month. You know, due to unforeseen circumstances, of course. You know, but I don't know, man. So you think that's what drained my energy? What I ate? I mean, I ate. I didn't eat until like
I know
1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then I had to. And then I had to Sunday, like I said, what was that? I mean, the Frosty, about 5 o'clock. So a couple of hours ago, 2.5 hours ago.
Just don't ride your bike backwards.
But I see what you're saying.
Just don't ride your bike backwards.
Just
Huh?
don't ride the bike backwards.
Just don't ride the bike backwards.
You know what I mean by that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're doing great.
Right.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You showing pictures of all your
It's
healthy
just, you
meals.
know,
I know it's hard to eat when you're not in your own kitchen.
I know it's hard to eat when you're not in your own kitchen.
right. That's what I'm saying. That's why, you know, I'm at my friend's house, and you know, it's hard to just cook for yourself when you're in somebody else's house, you know. So I try to make something for everybody, you know, and that can end up being a task that you really don't want to take on. But I just wasn't raised that way to just feed myself when there's other people around me. You know what I
It's part of
mean?
your essence.
Part of your essence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Well,
yeah, but it'll be all right. All things
do
shall
they have
pass.
Planet Smoothies out there?
You know.
Do they have Planet Smoothies out there?
Yeah, they do. I believe they
I think
do.
you should have a smoothie some point in time.
I think you should have a smoothie some point in time.
Yeah,
A
it's a smoothie.
smoothie.
Ask them.
What kind
You
of
want to do?
smoothie?
Yeah,
You
smoothie.
You want to do the green island green?
You want to do the green island green?
It's called the island green.
Island green detox
smoothie.
smoothie.
It's called
And you can
Island
ask them to put.
smoothie.
Okay.
And you can ask them to put.
They can add ginger, and they can add
ginger.
maybe extra banana
and
to
they
sweeten
can
it up
add-
for you.
Maybe extra banana to sweeten it up for you.
But I mean, it's sweet as it is. Like
Island green.
island
detox.
green smoothie.
All right.
Island green smoothie.
I'll find a spot and grab me one.
Are you going to send me a picture when you do it? I'm holding you accountable.
Are you going to send me a picture when you do it? I'm holding you accountable.
All right, I'll do that.
You know, you either gotta love me or not.
I'll do that.
You know,
I have to find me one. Yeah, I'll find a
Okay.
place. So what's the name of the spot?
Planet Smoothie. Tell me a zip code. I'll make it easy for you.
Planet Smoothie.
Planet
I can't be a half a friend.
I'll make it easy for you.
60.
I can't be half a friend.
I'm at 60440. I
What is
believe
it?
that's the zip code.
What
It's
is it?
60440. Uh, we didn't have any more
Yeah,
talking
we
points.
did.
Yeah, we did.
You don't want to address them without Chantel?
I don't know. My phone hasn't rang so much. And
I don't know. My phone hasn't rang so much. And
okay, so
So you got a lot of
yeah, I did.
interruptions.
so,
Uh,
yeah, I did. Uh,
here's a question.
here's a question.
How does trauma shape your identity?
How does trauma shape your identity?
How does trauma shape your
Yeah,
identity?
defense mechanism,
Huh.
Yeah, defense mechanisms,
What
personality
trauma?
traits, like
Ooh,
personality
most of the
traits.
time when you think of
Like,
trauma, when you think of trauma, you're thinking of bad
mhm,
things, you know,
hmm
and or bad experiences that could be traumatic.
mhm,
That might not, and most of the traumatic experience are really traumatic. But some people, it could be an experience that wasn't necessarily traumatic, but it affects the way you think and feel about certain things. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
let's say the way that someone responds to something that you do, or the way you was treated by a certain individual, and so you adjust the way you deal with folks that reminds you of
mhm,
that person, or that reminds you of that
hmm
situation, and you you kind of gotta apply those traumatic situations and whatnot to part of your growth. And some people that depend on the level of trauma, you definitely should seek some help, and as to get some understanding or some clarity for yourself, to help yourself heal from that trauma, which a lot of us fail to do, especially when it comes to like when most folks think of trauma, they think of childhood abuse, or this mental, physical, or sexual. You know, do they really get any help? Have they really talked about that? And if not, chances are it affects the way they conduct themselves as
mhm,
adults. You know, whether they would continue to be a victim of that abuse, or would they become a victimizer because they didn't receive help, which I think 80% of the time it definitely dictates that role. You know,
I need
does that make sense?
ringtone. Yeah.
I
My
can't
phone
hear
is
you.
like blowing up.
Uh,
My phone is like blowing up.
Yeah. So
as soon as what?
Yeah. So,
Your picture frozen.
am I frozen?
Hello?
am I frozen?
Yeah, I can't hear you. And your face ain't moved in like 30 seconds.
Hold on.
Hold on.
How that now?
How's that now?
Much better.
Okay. Well,
There you go.
Okay. Well,
it's 8:30.
it's 8:30.
Yeah.
I'm going to inner space tonight.
I'm going to
Remember
Innisfree
Innisfree?
tonight. Remember Innisfree?
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to get back to that place. I hope you have fun.
Yeah.
Hope you have
You know,
fun. Do
I
some
was very
recording. Let me.
intimidated last
I was
time.
very intimidated last time.
What you say?
I was a little intimidated last time.
I was a little intimidated last time.
I can't understand you now. Your sound is distorted again,
All right.
and your face is
We're gonna have to
frozen
figure out
again.
something else.
We got to figure out something else.
All right. Well,
All
that's
right.
it for our
Well,
live today.
that's it for
The
our
host
live
in the
today.
machine doesn't want
Yeah,
us to
let's go
talk.
and wrap this up.
We're gonna wrap it up today.
I kind of wish we hadn't recorded this. Huh?
You wish we didn't record it?
You said we're wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, let's
All right,
go and
guys.
wrap it up because we seriously bad connections.
Until
Well,
next
hey,
week.
appreciate you, world, that's out there listening to us. We thank you. We apologize for the quality of the show, but we're going to get it together. Everybody's in different places. Santel in North Carolina. I'm up here in the Chicago area,
And
and
I'm in
Cindy's trying to
Orlando.
get everything under control. Right, she's trying to keep us under control up there in Orlando, but you know, it's all good. It's all love. But thanks for listening. Thanks for joining in. Cindy, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate
All
you.
right.